Game world. Active. Home. Games. Krista got 3 of a kind. Home. Games. Button. Games. Trivia tray. Ludo Palooza. Button. Direct touch area. You connecting to Ludo server. Please wait. This will take a few seconds. Back. Button. Double tap to select. Back. Button. Double tap to select. 2-player game. Sound checked. Vibrate check. Vibrate sound. Private 4-player 2-player game. Choose game mode. Classic. Classic game. Button. Classic checked. Class quick. Not checked. Toggle. Quick game in play. Cancel. Cancel. But play. Button. Trying to find opponent. Please wait. Ellipsis. This will take a few seconds. Player joined. Your turn. 6. Select pawn to play. Pawn 1 in base. Can move. Red player guest underscore 22,100. Select pawn 2. Roll a 6. Pawn 1. Pawn 2 in. Red player guest underscore 22,100. Select pawn to play. Roll a 4. Swipe. Pawn 1 on 1. Red player guest underscore 22. 2 in. Red. Roll. Disable. Menu. Button. Double tap with 2 fingers to hear. 3. Your turn. Double tap with 2 fingers to hear an overview of the board. Single tap with 3 fingers to hear information about each. Your turn. Double tap with 2 fingers to hear an overview of the board. Single tap with 3 fingers to hear information about each player's progress. 5. Select pawn 1 on 5. Can move. Red player guest underscore 22,100. Red's turn. Red player guest 2 in base. Roll. Menu. But close. Voiceover in. Button. Back. Button. Ludo is a 2 to 4 player board game. The game board consists of the player's home bases, 4 goal areas and a path of 52 tiles. Your turn. Players take turn. Ludo is a 2 to 4 player board game. The game board consists of the player's home bases, 4 goal areas and a path of 52 tiles that goes once around the board. Each player has 4 pawns that start in his home base. The goal is to move all 4 pawns once completely around the board and into the goal. 5. Select pawn 1 on 10. Can. Back. Button. Red's turn. Ludo is a 2 to 4 player board. Players take turns rolling a die. 5. Your turn. Ludo. Players take turns rolling a die. Tap the screen with 2 fingers to roll the die on your turn. When rolling once, players take turns rolling a die. Tap the screen with 2 fingers to roll the die on your turn. When rolling a 6, the player can move one of his pawns from his home base to his start tile on his start position on the board. When you roll a 6, you get another turn. But if you roll 3 6 in a row, your turn immediately ends. Once a pawn has moved around the board and would reach his start position again, it instead moves to that player's goal stairway. This is a 6-step stairway to the goal tile. The pawn can move on the stairway just like on the board, but it has to reach the goal tile exactly. For example, a pawn that is 3 steps away from the goal cannot move if the player rolls a foot. Your start tile is 1. The other players will enter the board at tile 14, 27 and 40. All players' pawns have to circle the board completely and get back to their starting positions before being able to enter their goal stairway. Pawns inside a player's goal stairway cannot be kicked off the board. Pawns move by the amount shown. Red's turn. Your start pawns move by the amount shown on the die. 5. Your turn. Pawns move by the amount shown on the die. If there is no movement possible, the turn ends immediately. If a player pawn, your turn. Your pawns move by the amount shown on the die. If there is no movement possible, the turn ends immediately. If a player pawn lands on a tile with an opponent's pawn on it, that pawn is kicked off the board and back to their home base. The opponent will have to roll a 6 again to get the pawn onto the board. If you kick a pawn off the board, you get another turn. Pawns on safe spaces cannot be kicked off the board. There are 4 safe spaces on the board, tiles 9, 22, 35 and 48. The 4 player start positions are also safe spaces. These are located on tiles 1, 14, 27 and 40. After you rolled the die, you can select one of your pawns to move. If only one move is possible, the game will automatically move the pawn for you. Tap once with 2 fingers to roll the die. Tap the screen twice with 2 fingers at any time to hear an overview of the pawns on the board. Tap the screen once with 3 fingers to hear Red's turn. Tap once with 2 fingers to roll the die. Tap once with 2 fingers to roll 6. Red pawn to board. 4. Red pawn to 31. Your turn. Tap once with 2 fingers to roll the die. Select pawn to play. Pawn 1 on 15. Back. Button. Double. Ludo is a 2 to 4 player player. Once up. Voiceover instructions. Back. Voiceover instruction. Close. Red player guest underscore 22,100. Red pawn to 34. Your turn. 6. Select pawn 1 on pawn 2 on 1. Safe. Pawn. Red player guest underscore 22,100. Select roll a 3. Pawn 1. Red player guest underscore 20. Red's turn. Players. Red player guest underscore 22,001. Red player guest underscore 22. Screen recording.